Howdy, folks. This is Koei coming at you from Tokushima, near Temple number 11 on the Shikoku pilgrimage. And today, in response or inspired by a question from a pilgrim currently in Shikoku, I want to talk a little bit about this popular item of pilgrim gear. This is a nenju or juzu, which just means prayer beads in Japanese. In Sanskrit, it's called a mala, which means a flower garland. I guess that's where the image comes from. And, Shingon, the sect that Kobodaishi started, translates to mantra in Chinese and Japanese. So, as you might guess, and probably already know, mantras are a very important part of Shingon practice. So, originally, this thing was designed to accommodate the recitation and counting of lots and lots of mantras. So, still today, when priests use this thing, in rituals and things like that. We often chant, 1,000 recitations or 100 recitations, and we do that by using this mantra, mala rather. So, to be honest with you, though, like pilgrims don't usually chant that many recitations of mantras while they're on the pilgrimage. Not to say that they shouldn't, just in reality, uh, most people don't. But when you look at Japanese pilgrims, the vast, vast majority of them will carry a set of prayer beads. So if they don't count, why are they carrying this thing? Well, like so many things in Japanese Buddhism, it's both. It has its practical use and it has kind of well, a protective use or a use as like an amulet. So particularly a nenju, it's used during prayer and it's used during rituals, and so it has kind of it's got a close connection with the Buddhas. And in fact, there's some explanations that say that each bead of these malas is associated with a Buddha in the mandala. So the mandalas are depictions of enlightenment that are used in Shingon. And so the idea is that when you walk, you have the protection of all of the Buddhas with you if you carry a set of prayer beads with you, which, if you're into that kind of thing, it's a pretty good reason to carry a set of prayer beads with you. And then also, when people pray in Japan, if you ever see somebody mimicking prayer in Japan, they'll do this. And what they're doing there is they're mimicking the rubbing of a nenju beads together. For whatever reason, you can't hear the beads on my camera very well, but they'll put the nenju in their palms and rub the beads. So the origin of this is that when lots of monks were chanting together, the leader would rub his nenju or her nenju on the last recitation or at the end of a sutra to say, everybody stop, we're all finished. So over time, since that was done to the end of prayers, it became associated with dedicating merit or dedicating the benefits of your prayers to whatever your intention was. So at the end of the Henro prayer service too, there's a little space that people will kind of take a moment of silence and then rub their nenju together. That's the main use of the nenju on the Henro. Just on how to carry the nenju and rub it, hold it when you rub it. When you walk, at least in the sect of Shingon that I belong to, you fold it into two coils like this. Put the large beads over your index finger, put those in your palm, and then just carry it in your fist like that while you walk. Obviously not held in the air, but maybe at your waist or just casually. Some other people just wrap it a few times around their wrist, but I have really skinny wrists, and so it often falls off, so I usually carry it in my fist. Just a fun fact about Japanese Buddhism, there are some sects of Shingon that say that you should not carry the large beads in your palm. And the reason for that is because in Japanese history, sometimes monks did naughty, bad things and they became like warrior monks. And so they would carry the large beads in their hands, and then if they were confronted with an enemy, that would become a monkey's fist, basically, and they would use it to enhance the hardness of their punches. Not an appropriate use of your nenju, and please do not do it while you're in Shikoku. I hope that goes without saying. But anyway, so that's how you carry your nenju. Other people just carry it like this or like this. You can carry it like this with the big beads in your hand if you want to. So when you rub your nenju, actually on this nenju, while there's two tassels, you might notice on one side, beneath the large bead, there's a small bead, this little guy here. This is the front side of the nenju. So this front side goes on your right hand. So you put the front side on your ring finger, keep the tassels inside your hand, and then the left side, this bead is called the right side bead is called the mother bead, since it's the start of the nenju. And then the back side bead is called the string stopper. And as you can see, it has a knot here. So it's actually, its main function is to stop the nenju from exploding, which does happen sometimes. So watch out for that. So yeah, right side on your ring finger, left side on your index finger, and then put the tassels inside your hands and rub the nenju together 2 or 3 times at the end of your prayers. Okay, so that's how most people use the nenju. And as I said, most Japanese people carry this whether they're counting lots of recitations or not. But say that you are a real go-getter, you've walked 20 or 30 kilometers in a day, and you say, I still have energy to do 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000 recitations of Kobodaishi's name or something like that. Okay, well, this is how you use your nenju to count recitations. Um, so as I mentioned, there's the right side with the small bead. This is called the mother bead. This is the start of your nenju. And then this is the back side. So you uh, count obviously using these beads. But if you notice, there's a small bead 7 beads into the rosary. This is just to mark 7 recitations, since that's a common number of recitations in Shingon. And there's another one of those here, which is for 21 recitations. So you don't count those. Those don't. Those are just markers. So you hold between your index finger and thumb, each of the like medium-sized beads, and then you hold it on the left side as well, and you hold it in front of your chest like that. So I was told not to hold it too far apart so that it becomes slack, and then not too close together so that it looks awkward. It should be an appropriate distance apart. And then you pull it toward your right side, so the rosary should be moving clockwise. So say you're chanting Kobodaishi's name, then Namudai Shenjo Kongo, 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 Namudai Shenjo Kongo. Each beat is one recitation, obviously. And so eventually you'll hit the string stopper bead here. The thing that makes Shingon rosaries and Shingon rosary practice different from other sects is that you do not pass over this thing, and you actually only end up using one side of your rosary. So rather than going all around to the front bead, what you do is your right hand is on, you've come to the end of this string, you flip the nenju around and go back the way you came. So with really advanced practitioners or really, practitioners with a lot of experience who have used their rosaries for a long time, actually only one side of their rosary will be a dark color because the oils from their hands will have stained the side that they use for recitations. So goal for all of us. But yeah, you go back to the way you came, and once your right hand comes back to the mother bead, you've done 100, actually 108, but we count it as 100 recitations. And in that case, if you are wanting to do more than 100, you can use these tassel beads, these 10 beads, count your hundreds. So you can get up to 1,000 here. And then for you heroes out there, if you are a real go-getter, you can use these beads on the string stopper side to count your thousands. So one rosary can count up to 10,000 recitations. Anybody going over 10,000, you're going to have to use a notebook or something. This rosary is not able to accommodate your amazing merit. So yeah, that's how to use a Shingon rosary. So, like I said, most Japanese people carry these when they do the Henro. If it's not this style of rosary, maybe another Japanese style of rosary, a shorter one. But most people carry the Shingon style. So where can you get these? Basically, any of the temple shops with lots of stuff. So, like the shop at number 1 will have them. The shop at number 6, Annakuji, has them as well. But the shop that I recommend for you is near temple number 10. So if you're walking, it would be on usually your second day of the pilgrimage. There's a shop called Sumotoriya Asano. So the owner, Mr. Asano, is a really great guy who speaks English very well. And his shop, I think, is the oldest Tenno goods shop in Shikoku. So it has a lot of history. And he has a huge variety of nenju that you can buy there, from very affordable, reasonable, while still good quality, and all the way up to the like bejeweled, and there's one made of lapis lazuli that I really caught my eye because I love lapis. That is far, far out of my price range. So maybe one day. But yeah, the whole range of nenju that you can see. And even if you decide you don't need one while you're doing your pilgrimage, it's really interesting to go there and hear about different qualities of different wood, lightness and hardness and things like that. and perhaps you'll find one that you like and want to buy. So yeah, just a little plug for Asano-san's place there. He also has all of the Henro gear, like the white shirt and hats, and his uh, you know stoles the kesa made in store. So lots of really great stuff there. Oh, one other thing I remembered because of the kesa. Usually, well, always the nenju and the kesa should be taken off before you use the bathroom. Um, as a part of tradition. So monks also, when we wear the full priests, I should say, when we wear the full kesa, the big orange cloth, we take that off before we go into the bathroom, and never wear it in the bathroom. And then the nenju too, we leave outside. So because these things are kind of priestly artifacts that became used by lay people should also follow the same rules as they go through the pilgrimage. So yeah, take it off before you go into the bathroom. Sometimes outside of temple bathrooms, they'll have hooks that you can put them on. Many have done away with those for some reason, even the Henno temples. So just find some place to hang it that is not too dirty before you go into the bathroom. Um, I'm sure I forgot something. So if you have any questions, please shoot me a message or leave a comment. I hope you have a great pilgrimage. If you are in Shikoku, take good care. Have a great time. If you're planning to come to Shikoku, please let me or somebody else know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, happy to look it up and learn something new. Everybody take care. Have a great day and hope to see you soon.